What's up, guys? See, it was something doing here. Today I'm going to be doing my Ring of Honor experience video. I know it's, Tuesday. It happens Saturday. And my day in the life video is still to come. But, yeah. I went to Flyin High Saturday. And I had a really good time. It was my first Ring of Honor show. And, as soon as I walked in, I went to the merch stand. I picked up the Summer of Punk because they didn't have Hell Rising, and that's what my main goal was, to get that and a Kevin Steen shirt and meet Steen. Two of those things did not happen. But I did get the Summer of Punk DVD because I really wanted this one too. This or one of the Bryan sets or Generico sets, and I decided to get this because I'm a Punk mark. So the two Ring of Honor DVDs I have are Punk related, and both from the Summer of Punk. Yeah. And then I bought a Mike Bennett, a Mike Bennett shirt because they didn't have a Steen shirt again, so you know which one the three happened, and they didn't have, or the Adam Cole shirt ran out in a medium. So because I was gonna get the Adam Cole World Champion shirt, but they only had them in like an extra small. I'm not fitting myself into an extra small. So, that sucked, but, I'm just gonna move this stuff here. And, yeah, this is a part of my, first streamer that I threw. I threw this at, the Decade. And I nailed Roddy Strong in the stomach. But, before that, they did have their little meet and greet things going on. It was $10 for autograph and $10 for a picture. First guy I met was Kevin Steen, as you can see right there. There's me and Kev. And the person who took it snapped this real quick. Then they started to shut the lights down, so you see they started getting crappy. He was like, "Did that go okay?" He was like, "We can take another one with the flash." And so we did. So I got a bunch of pictures of Steen. And then, for Steen, I got this 8x10 signed. He personalized it. Steen's a very cool dude. He didn't make me pay his extra 10 for a picture, because he knew, like, he was the first wrestler I've ever met. So then they had this deal going on that if you bought this poster, you would get it signed by both Hero and Styles. So I met Hero, he was cool, and again, he didn't charge me for a picture either, because Chris Hero's still that cool dude. So there's me and Hero. I'm so short compared to Hero. And then I met AJ, and he made me pay the extra 10, so I almost had my Breach and Wrestling Series tag team on, but I was like, yeah, I'll pay it. AJ's a cool dude. I was ticked about it at the beginning, like, I was so pissed off. At the beginning, I was like, oh gosh, AJ, you're a dick for making me pay. I was like, it's whatever. But it was cool. So whatever. Then we went down to we got general admission seats, and the dark match was starting, so it was me, my cousin that's like older than not me, then my cousin that's my age, and then my cousin's older's dad, and then two other guys. So there were 6 of us, and one of them found seats up in the second row, like, when the dark match was starting, so we were like, if you're not here, we're gonna sit here until you show up. 4 of the people showed up, so that left me and my older cousin sitting there. And then he noticed his dad was just chilling out in the back, so he walked out before the first match. But the dark match was Moose and Cheeseburger versus Will Ferrell and Danny Vega. Moose and Cheeseburger won. It was really a match. Moose is something. He got the crowd going for a dark match. And then I love Cheeseburger. Like, the dude's awesome. Then started was Decade versus Adrenaline Rush, which I nailed Roddy Strong with my first streamer. And I'm proud to say my first streamer, I nailed Roddy Strong. But the Decade won. Oh yeah, Adrenaline Rush and Caprice Coleman. I don't know why I added that in there. But then after that, the last two people came to get their seats, so I went up and stood, like, in the area right near the corner, so we still had a good seat. And then, Adam Cole came out to cut a promo, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Mike Bennett, you can stay back." They were talking about, like, the Briscoe brothers they announced before were delayed. He was like, "Oh yeah, the Briscoes are finally here. But Mike, how about we make our tag match just the handicap?" Then Mike and Maria came out dressed as the Briscoes, making fun of them. And then as we're standing at that corner, by, like, the guardrail or whatever, we see just two dudes fly past us, jump in the ring. I was like, me and my cousin looked at each other like, holy shit, that's the Briscoes. They just ran past us, like, it shocked me. I was like, oh my gosh, the Briscoes just ran past us. So then that led to a brawl. And then we had a four-corner spot match with the Romantic Touch, Silas Young, Kyle O'Reilly, and R.D. Evans. And as we know by now, the streak continued. The new streak. That Kyle O'Reilly started beating people with him strap. I think it was Kyle. Was it Kyle or was it Silas? I think it might have. I don't know. I'm still dazed. Like, I was still in shock from the Briscoes coming out, and plus I love the RD because of the new streak. I was chanting streak, streak, streak. I threw a streamer for RD, like the only person in the crowd, I think. And so then it went to a 64-0. And we had Michael Elgin versus Cedric Alexander. This match was amazing. Oh my gosh, no. I'm sorry I keep going back, but the opener was match of the night by far, I think. Everyone was so hyped during that match. ACH did a back, I don't want to call it a moonsault though. Whatever, it was a moonsault, like, I don't know, like a backflip, standing backflip over the ropes, I don't know. He just did that and landed on, like, everybody in the match. It was just phenomenal. But okay, so yeah, Michael Elgin beat Cedric Alexander, and this was a really good match too. I've seen Michael Elgin on TV, but he's so freaking huge, like, oh my gosh. So Elgin won that match, and we went to intermission, and during, like, the opening match, Moose was just walking around. Or no, it was during the four-corner match. Moose was just walking around. So me and my cousin went and got our tickets signed by him because we both said that he's going to be something someday. He's got to look for it. He is a freaking jacked dude. Like, I thought Ryback was big. This dude's freaking huge, and I was close to him. Like, a couple feet from him. And we took the Arcade Infamous NWO gimmick to an extreme. When this was just sitting on the floor next to us, me and my cousin grabbed it because we were like, yeah, we're taking the seat sticker. And I have the one I actually sat in because I stole this one too from the seat I was sitting at the first time. I stole it. It's just hanging on this wall. And then I put 5 there for some reason and one reserved up on my wall. I'm keeping number 1 to put, like, a plaque with a poster to my ticket because that was my first Ring of Honor show, so the number 1. Yeah. But then we got back from intermission, and Kevin Steen came out. When I upload the Day in the Life of video, you'll hear me and my cousin completely marked out. Like, Steen was awesome, and you can hear my cousin say, "Wow, he looks so good." He's like, "Look at all the weight he's lost." Now, I noticed that when I went to get my picture, I was like, dude, you lost some weight. So he's trying to get that WWE job, and I hope he does. Like, Kevin Steen's one of my favorite things about wrestling, and I'm glad to say he was the first wrestler I ever met. It still doesn't even dawn upon me. Like, it still hasn't even hit me yet that I've met my first wrestler. Like, I just remember dreaming about that. I remember doing the, bucket list and saying, like, I wanted to go to Ring of Honor show and I wanted to meet a wrestler. Check, check. But, so yeah. Steen versus Bobby Fish, ended in DQ as a result of Kyle O'Reilly getting involved. Then Artie Evans came out, and Steen was just hilarious the whole night. So before the match, you could hear some dude chanting, "Overrated." He was like, "Really? How are you in the ring? How are you?" And then he was just on the rope, and he was like, "That's not what your girlfriend said last night." I laughed. Like, I love Kevin that much. It was hilarious. Oh yeah, and don't judge if you can look at it. Don't judge the board. Trying to get it taken care of here, so it looks terrible. So then, he cut a promo, and Artie Evans came to the save of Steen, just like using his suitcase to beat him. And Steen said, or he looked at Artie and said, "I always wondered where you got your gear, but if it comes out of that suitcase or that piece of luggage, I know why." And Bobby Fish jumped in and was like, "That's an illegal weapon. It was an illegal weapon." And Steve said, "Oh, well, really? Just a few minutes ago, he was an illegal weapon," pointing Kyle O'Reilly. Fish is like, "Don't." Fish came back. He was like, "Don't you ever call him that again." Steve said, "What, an illegal weapon?" "Illegal weapon, Chance." Because Steen got the rope more over than Bobby Fish. Because he would grab the rope and they'd be like, everybody would be like, "Rope, rope, rope." So Steen was like, "Bobby Fish." And they were like, "Boo." "The rope." "Yeah." So he's like, "See, a rope is more popular than you." But, so then we went to a tag team match and the streak continued, which, mind you, remember, streak sign at the end of the Fatal 4-Way was 64-0. At the end of the tag match, it was 67-0. So it was like, is it a 24/7 streak? Like, it's on the line 24/7? Did he get the count for Steen's first match? I didn't know, but streak continued yet again. We got him a TV title match, Tommaso Ciampa versus Matt Taven. Ciampa won. This match I don't really remember because I went to go to the bathroom. Because I didn't go during intermission because everybody flocked there. And I didn't go because Kevin Steen is freaking Kevin Steen. But, I was going to change, but then I remembered I had my Steen Hero hoodie on, and we still had the Hero match, so I was like, no, I won't change yet. Because it was getting hot in that place, because the light was, like, shining right on us. Wait, what? I just that. But, yeah, it was a good match from what I remember. Then we had a really good match, AJ Styles versus Chris Hero. I feel like, no, I'm not forgetting anything. This is where another important thing happened. Hero was over all night. Oh my gosh, well, because it was his homecoming. I think the first time he was back in Dayton since WWE. So, when Styles won the crossface, bullshit chance immediately. Me and my cousin both started it. As soon as you saw him tap, we were like, bullshit. We were pissed. Like, why would he come home and lose? I didn't get that at all. Still don't get that. So then, as he's sitting there, he's talking, he said, "You know what? I'm sorry to let you guys down, but I'm not upset with taking that loss." And security comes over to me and my cousin, because we're like all spread apart. So there's like 4 of us there now. 4, yeah, there's 4 of us there now. We're spread like apart. And security guy said, "You guys might want to separate. Someone's about to come through here." So I'm like, oh shit. But I don't get my phone out fast enough to grab that. A Decade came out, and BJ Whitmer came right past us. I was like, holy shit, that's BJ Whitmer. So they came out and beat up on Hero. Talked about how they've been there forever. He came back because he failed. Cut that typical thing. So then we had Adam Cole and Mike Bennett versus the Briscoes. This match was actually really good. The Briscoes won. Jay pinned Cole clean. And what's it called? I think it was after the match. Jay had Bennett on the like apron near the like timekeeper and announcer, Scarlett's place, and they were on the apron, and Jay put Bennett through the table. So my reaction is, alright, I'm running over there, trying to get a piece of that table. Because I know ROH ring crew is cool about that. Well, they didn't have any out there. My cousin was like, yeah, we can't wait this long. So I was like, oh. But it was a really good match. I had the best time there. So then if you want to listen for the Ring of Honor stuff, you could probably stop there. But and then we went back to my cousin's, and it was like after 1, maybe even like just 2. We got there, so I just decided to crash there. He put on a $5 wrestling, and then after that, like it was 4:30, we both decided to crash, and he turned on the network just so we could watch the live stream. And then the next day, we both started watched 12th anniversary because he bought it. And while we were watching one, we watched some PWG, and while we was doing that, he got me a bunch of the stuff he's burnt over the years. Like this, Secrets of the Ring with Al Snow from ROH, Glory by Honor 7, Dragon Gate, The Final Gate, ECW, It Ain't Seinfeld 98, which I've watched part of it so far, like the first hour. It's really good. New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom 3, and he used to have horrible discs for these, so that's why. ROH, the Tokyo Summit, which I'm currently watching the first match, which is Aries and Tyler Black. And then the Best of Cactus Jack in Japan. So that's a bunch of stuff he gave me because he hasn't watched, or he's already watched it enough. So I've downloaded that on my computer now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I walked away with like 8 things because I did buy, of course, Summer of Punk again. But so yeah, guys, that's pretty much my Ring of Honor experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out and take care, guys.